What's the most likely way for Cleveland to get him?
Again, I think you're looking at a three-team deal here because, as Bobby Marks points out, Kevin Love in New York isn't a perfect fit because they have Kristaps Porzingis right now at the 4. So, a perfect scenario for New York would be to create a three-team deal where Kevin Love goes to a third team. They can send Carmelo Anthony out, and then again, they open up that cap space. So maybe Atlanta would be willing to jump in here, take Kevin Love on, send one of their first-round picks to New York. That gives the Knicks a first-round pick, allows them to open up cap space for next summer. But really, none of these trades are ideal for the Knicks because they're not getting any significant assets back for Carmelo Anthony.
And so what would be a third scenario for the Knicks and Melo to part ways?
Seems like the most likely scenario here, Tony, is the Knicks eventually agreeing to a buyout with Anthony using the stretch provision. As of late last week, the Knicks were not interested in entertaining buyout talks with Carmelo and Carmelo's people because they're adamant about wanting to get an asset back here in any Carmelo Anthony trade. But members of the organization feel that it's best to move on from Anthony. Anthony, as of last week, was open to moving on. So it seems like the most likely end game here is agreeing to that buyout. Again, that's tough for the Knicks because they're not getting any assets back in giving up a player that they signed to a $124 million contract a few years ago, but they would be freeing up some cap space in this scenario.